Oh, what's your problem with that?
First week.
It's all right. I'm glad, because my question took 4 minutes.
Nice wine fridge, don't tell anyone.
Danny Kerr, I think we'd both agree, is a thug, and he needs to be sorted out.
Charge anything you want. Got it all, got it all.
Well, charge a sonic toothbrush.
Absolutely.
After Clerk is meat, but he's quite a small piece of meat, almost a sort of side portion. Hello and welcome to Gallagher Premiership Rugby's The Lowdown. I'm here with Topsy Ojo at the Brentford Community Stadium, which I, on live TV a couple of weeks ago, called the Brentford Community Centre, which it's not. It's kind of close enough. We're going to tell you about where we are in a sec and talk about which one of those apartments is Topsy's behind us. You can see him with a few of them. Just a couple of replies from last week. We talked about who we'd least like to box, and I got loads of tweets, by the way, and texts from people, including a message from Alex Corbicero saying, so glad you mentioned Chrissy Halofia.
Yes.
The guy is, I mean, I say he wouldn't last long in the modern game. He didn't last long 10 years ago because he was getting banned every other week then, wasn't he? But we've had a couple of replies. We've had Mark Daniels said, if you're picking one of the two Langis you'd like to fight the least, you've picked the wrong one. It has to be Henry with Alassana very close behind. That's a good shout.
That is a very good shout, yeah. Both absolute monsters. Had the pleasure or displeasure of playing against Alassana a lot. You're like, ah.
Oh, yeah, of course you did.
This is going to be a fun afternoon. But I guess if you pick one Tuolangi, whoever you get, you're in for a long afternoon.
And whichever one chins you, it's going to chafe, isn't it? It's going to chin you. It's going to hurt. Henry Tuolangi was the heaviest guy on the field, probably by about 2 stone, and he was so explosive and light on his feet that he was making breaks in the mud, and he just skated across the top of the mud, and we're like, the guy's like 22 stone. How's that happening? Like, and he's just maiming people. Oh, he was great. He was absolutely great. I'm a lover, big admirer. I mean, mainly in case I ever see him. There are some players you just don't criticise, even if they're wrong. No. And I'm glad he's not playing now, so he's not making, horrible tackles that we have to criticise in case you've got to look him in the eyes.
Gin.
Is he? Oh,
yeah,
good.
That's what they're up to.
So how many of these do you buy off plan?
Mate, top 4 on the left, but what I've actually done is knocked through the walls inside. So basically I've got an up and down with open plan, everything. It's class. Let us know if any of you need to use Topsy's toilets. He's got 7 toilets up there. It's amazing. It's a real luxury. There's one for each member of his family, large family. Right, and also, here's what's coming up in round 24 on the Lowdown this week. And again, we've recruited some children to tell you what's coming up, because apparently, according to our executive director, we are not capable. It's not a joke. He thinks we can't do it with any charisma, so we've got some kids doing it.
Hi, we are from Whitley Bay Rockcliff under-11s team, and coming up in this week's show, all the highlights from round 24.
There were 2 games on Friday night. Northampton Saints against Harlequins and Sale Sharks against Newcastle Falcons.
On Saturday, Gloucester played Bath, Leicester Tigers played Bristol Bears, and Worcester Warriors played Saracens.
On Sunday, it was London Irish and Wasps.
Highlights of all those games coming up. Enjoy the show!
And it's Friday night, where we'll start at Franklin's Gardens, Saints against Quins, and it's the first home game that Saints have played, of course, since the very, very sad premature passing of Tom Smith, the former Scottish Northampton Saints and British and Irish Lions loosehead prop. A personal hero of mine, a rugby hero of very many. He will be sorely, sorely missed.
Saints then through their captain Ludlam, and over the ball is Wallace.
I think that's a really tough penalty on Harlequins and Luke Wallace.
And James Grayson will have a crack at this from 48 metres out. It's looking good. It is good. A priceless 5 points for Northampton tonight. Their playoff dreams very much alive.
And it's been a different game than we've played. We've played Leicester, knock on the front door, and Montpellier, and this is different. They're a skillful side. They create opportunities in the wide channel, and they burnt us.
So a big win for Saints on Friday night against Quins, a win that, by the way, rules out London Irish's chance of making the top 4, so Irish are now playing for European places only. But after the game, Tops, Tabai Matson said that he thought Saints had burned them. What does that mean?
Yeah, well, I think the way that Saints attacked the game, the way they approached it, the way they've been playing rugby for the last while now, but they showed some brilliant, brilliant touches, and we're going to have a quick look at that in this week's Topsy's Take. Actually, it's attack from both teams. We're going to look at the difference between structured and unstructured attack and how both teams in the opening 7 minutes showed some lovely touches. So this is off kick counter. Furbank runs just a nice little switch just to destabilise that nice Quins set line off that kick chase. And all of a sudden, once they're in behind, you now see the defence chasing. So look here, they now now run some structure just to keep that Harlequins defence nice and narrow, and then they play to the space. A lovely touch there by Grayson. And once you're in this point here, it's just about playing rugby. And then Mitchell is on fire at the minute. When he picks the ball up, he has licence to run, and everybody will just react. Saints flood that channel with numbers, a nice inside pass. It looks so simple, but just a little bit of structure in that creates everything that comes next. Harlequins' turn. Hugh Jones on the counter-attack. What he ends up doing is splitting the pitch with his carry, which means for Harlequins, it's just about a numbers game. Where can we overload with more numbers? We see a bit of structure here. Marcus Smith in the back. They could go wide, but Smith takes it on his own, and now Harlequins are in behind. They can start playing. They can start looking for space. 2 phases later, we come back. What looks like a nice Saints defensive line there. Look at all these numbers that Harlequins have. So a little bit of structure, and now they're into the space. Some good hands. They're flooding the channel with numbers. Again, a nice 20, 30-metre line break. And now it's just about tempo. And this, golden for a 9. That big gap between the ruck, any 9, just like with Mitchell. If you see that, you're off to the races, and everybody will react. Hugh Jones, who started it, he now becomes scrum half because Danny Kerr is missing. Esther Hazen, a lovely little step just to go into that hole as well. Brilliant piece of play from both teams. So these two teams scoring tries are fun at the minute, but it's because they get the balance between their structured and unstructured attack spot on.
Right, we're off to the AJ Bell. Sale Sharks against Newcastle Falcons. Sale have won 1 in their last 5 Premiership games, so they would quite like to have won this one.
Powerful carry that. Sale spread it left again. More gorgeous silken handling, and it will be Hammersley, who drives a spear into the ribs of his former side. And this derby, as it is so often billed, belongs once again to the home team.
About 20 minutes after half-time, when we got our heads on it, and we ran with some real intent, I thought, well, that was us, we just need more of that.
Did you see anything that suggests that Sale Sharks can go and beat European big dogs, big spenders, Racing 92 in a European knockout game next week?
Yeah, in the first half, you would have been concerned and thought, right,
Yes.
this could be a struggle. Second half, you're like, right, this is a bit more like it. Newcastle made them work for it. You know, Sale do have an outside chance of getting into the top 4, but that European prize is huge, going away to Racing next week. And with the way they play, the physicality, that style, that aggression, they need to be mentally on it. And maybe Friday night, it was just a bit of a slow burner. Going away to Paris next weekend, no excuses. That is going to be tasty, and they will be guns blazing for that.
That's big, and we're very neutral, but we obviously want them to win. And next season, of course, Sale Sharks have signed George Ford. Brilliant, and for any club
Amazing.
pretty much on the planet, that would be a great signing. But when you think a little bit of structure and a little bit of magic to add to all that brawn, could be a perfect formula. Sean O'Brien told me he can charge his iPhone during a game because he's got a plug in his locker.
He's got 2 iPhones.
Oh my days, this is nice. This is literally nicer than my house. And it absolutely does not resemble in any way the Bath change rooms from when I played. It is 17 times bigger and 117 times nicer. The game has changed. This is nice.
There you go. Well, speaking of Bath, let's head to Kingsholm to see how they got on against playoff-chasing Gloucester.
There's Atkinson again. Oh, he's done brilliantly to find Carreras, who wanders in for another.
And just lovely hands and softness out the back door, and then the pace of Carreras coming through.
They've been playing since 1882. They've never won as emphatically as they've won today.
I'm gutted. I don't think I've ever felt like this after a game in my life. We're absolutely gutted. I'm gutted for the players, I'm gutted for the supporters and the club.
So Tops, 2 stories really. Bath, woeful. Gloucester, sensational. Which one do you want to talk about?
I think I have to take Gloucester tonight.
Good choice, very good choice.
That's a nice
I
time
don't
to
blame
talk
you.
about. I mean, Gloucester were excellent, weren't they? For a team pushing for those playoff positions, knowing that they needed a big win to keep them in the hunt for top 4. Boy, they delivered. So impressive for them, but man, Bath, where'd you start? I mean,
Bath,
the
yeah.
only upside
Sarah.
is that they're not scrapping for relegation this season.
I think actually the best example of where Bath are at was Mark Atkinson. The try he ran in under the post, it almost looked embarrassed to score it. Bath looked like they're looking up at different situations and they literally don't know what to do. Confidence is shot. The coaching is shot. They do not look coached at all. Compare them with the top teams who have clarity. Everyone looks like they know what they're going. Bath are a million miles off. There is a new coaching team coming in and the end of the season can't come soon enough. An absolute horror show. Topsy, what is this room, please?
Flats, this is the warm-up room. So
Warm-up
anything
room.
you want pre-game, little activations, little drills. Footballers will do their rondos and their keepy-uppies here.
Sleep.
Or sleep, little
Have a
pre-game
kip.
nap.
This is where I would kip before a game. The pitch is for warming up. This is for kipping. This is over the top, it's showing off. Right, we're off to Mattioli Woods, Welford Road. Presumably they have a nap room, a keepy uppy's room too. They're top of the league. They've got it all. And as well as Leicester playing Bristol, Tom Young's Leicester, Lions and England hooker announced his retirement with immediate effect this week, and he got to take the field and to rapturous applause of tens of thousands of his fans. And I think you'll agree, whether you're a Leicester supporter or not, Tom Youngs has been one hell of a player and remains one hell of a bloke.
We're playing an advantage, Moroni. Both sides willing to play. And now there's end of a 2-on-1 here, but Stewart steps inside. It's on to Ben Youngs. Chris Ashton is there, and here is Ashton. And Ashton is going to score a hat-trick in 27 minutes. The day that man reached the record books. Terrific day for Chris Ashton. What a performance it has been by the Tigers.
I'm relieved I've got there. I'm also very grateful to the people that I've played with and been coached by along the way. Like, they've all had a part to play.
We've got a minute to talk about Leicester Tigers. 30 seconds on Chris Ashton, please. As we are in a football stadium, he's like rugby's Robbie Fowler. He just knows how to score.
He does. Incredible achievement. I know we gave him stick a while ago about having so many clubs in the Premiership, but to now be out on his own, 95 tries, incredible achievement. 4th fastest hat-trick as well. There's a lovely tweet by his wife about 3 months ago. Didn't know where he was, didn't know where he was going to be. He's now at Leicester and he's now the top try scorer in Premiership Rugby history. Well done, Chris Ashton.
Right, we're off to 6 ways. It's Worcester Warriors against Saracens. You've got to go back to 2017 to find the last time Saracens won there. Right, if that stat about Sarries in 2017 is wrong, Tom, I'm going to hang you out to dry on Twitter, because we've taken your word for it, haven't we, Tops?
Yeah, any of our stats, basically.
It's our careers, mate. This is our careers. OK, you're all right, because you're this faceless troll behind the camera. Vunipola out the back, Farrell out the back, Bailey out the back, Malins, he's through. You'd imagine he's gone and they won't catch him. Nothing they could do about that, nothing Tom Howe could do. Beautiful from Saracens, making it look so easy for their bonus point try. Tops, with the greatest respect, a result that we thought would happen and did happen. Saracens roll on, they're dominant. Max Malins scored 4 tries. And in my sort of, supposedly expert, sophisticated opinion, he's better at rugby than everyone else, which is why he's scoring so many tries. Is that about right?
Well, you said as much on commentary, didn't
you?
Yeah,
good-looking bloke too. I mentioned that too. Be a great son-in-law, wouldn't he? Anyway, that's by the by. He's playing well, isn't he?
He's playing really well. I mean, he looks a class above in that Saracens team. You know, with them on the front foot, them being so dominant, he can come into his own. Some lovely, lovely touches. 4 tries, puts him top of the tree now on 15. Saracens closing in on a home semi-final, which is huge. And then they're in the dance, aren't they? And then we know when Saracens get into the business end of the season, they more often than not, they come good.
Irish at this point are playing for European qualification, while Wasps probably playing for the same realistically, but mathematically can still make the top 4. It should be a goodie.
Will Porter just looking up to the clock there. He knows exactly how long there is to go. And Irish won't be getting what would have been a record-breaking 5th draw of the season. Oh, maybe they will. That's a significant drive. Maybe they will. The ball's there. They've got the penalty. Rona takes it quickly. Why didn't they drive for the corner?
Oh, penalty as well.
It's another penalty. Surely you just kick into the corner, don't you?
But they will now, surely.
They need a converted try, so it'll be a tough conversion even if they go over. But they're driving oh, they think they've scored.
Must have.
They think they've scored. Craig Maxwell Keys will surely need help from his TMO Dean Richards.
Ed, Launchbury can't do that, surely?
No, he can't, no. And the momentum that Irish have behind that as well.
Let's have a listen.
4 collapse. Agreed. So penalty try, yellow card.
Absolutely.
And that's the end of the game. They don't need to take the conversion, do they?
When Wasps led 39-14, who saw this coming? What an extraordinary fixture this one is. Can we just play this one every weekend?
You never know when both teams are beaten. And I think last year we had a similar situation. We were well up and they came back and beat us. But, you know, full credit to both teams, really. But our young guys who came off the bench, in actual fact, our whole bench came on and really made a difference, I thought, today.
All right, so let's see what another draw does to the Gallagher Premiership table, and it keeps London Irish and Wasps both in 8th and 9th position, scrapping for the top 8. Further up the table, it's as you were 1, 2 and 3 with Leicester, Saracens and Harlequins, and that last playoff position looks like it's going to be an all-out tussle between Northampton and Gloucester.
Round 25 in a couple of weeks kicks off at Ashton Gate on Friday the 20th of May. Bristol play Exeter. Exeter may well need some points for that one, so keep your eyes peeled. Wasps play Sale Sharks, also on the Friday night. That's live on BT Sport. On Saturday, the 21st of May, Bath play Irish, Newcastle play Leicester Tigers, and Harlequins play Gloucester in a game that may well mean an awful lot to Gloucester by that stage. That is live on ITV. That'll be an absolute cracker. And it's Sarries Saints, a game which Saints may well be taking very seriously indeed in their quest for the top 4. Right, it's time for your Grassroots Beauts now, and this one comes from Old Cross Leons against Huddersfield YMCA, and it's a scorcher.
It really is the perfect day for rugby at Lawn Hill, and Old Cross Leons giving it a crack again. Josh Brown to fullback, Josh Hunt looking for support. Jack Lum is there, and off he goes. Oh yes! What do you think of that?
Great try.
You are not wrong, sir.
Tops, that was nice, wasn't it?
Hey, very, very nice. What I like now is the standard through the roof. I think everyone's getting the message that if you want to be on this show, quality needs to be up there.
We're bringing the standard of amateur rugby up,
bringing it all up, doing our bit, aren't we?
Yeah, we're doing very well. Get your submissions in. There ain't long left. And for this week, we are done. We're back for round 25 after a couple of weeks off for Europe. We'll see you then. Ta-ra.